A city shaken. The chief is out. The news sent shockwaves through the community, leaving everyone in a state of disbelief. The news hit like a bombshell. It was the talk of the town, dominating conversations in coffee shops, workplaces, and homes. Police Chief Michael Thompson, a 20-year veteran of the force, was out, fired, dismissed, gone. His departure marked the end of an era for the city's police department. The official statement cited gross misconduct during a recent traffic stop. But rumors were swirling. Whispers of corruption, abuse of power, and hidden agendas filled the air. What really happened that night? The dashcam footage only told part of the story, leaving many questions unanswered. The city held its breath, bracing for a storm. The atmosphere was thick with tension, as if the very air was charged with electricity. The once respected Chief Thompson was now at the center of a scandal, his career hanging by a thread. Reporters hounded him, seeking answers, but he remained tight-lipped. The incident, captured on shaky cell phone footage, had spread like wildfire through the community and beyond. Social media was ablaze with opinions, theories, and outrage. Everyone had an opinion, but few knew the truth. Community meetings were held, with heated debates and emotional outbursts. Trust in the police force was at an all-time low. Legal proceedings were imminent, and the city was on edge, waiting to see how the drama would unfold. Would justice be served, or would the truth remain buried? News channels covered the story relentlessly, each with their own spin. The narrative was constantly shifting, making it hard to separate fact from fiction. Community leaders called for calm and unity, urging residents to let the legal process take its course. But the damage was done, and the scars would take time to heal. Candlelight vigils were held, as the community sought solace and answers. The city was in mourning, not just for the loss of a police chief, but for the trust that had been shattered. As a new police chief was sworn in, the city hoped for a fresh start. But the shadow of the past loomed large, and the road to recovery would be long and arduous. The incident, a traffic stop gone wrong. It started simply enough. A routine traffic stop on a Friday night. A young black man driving a late-model sedan was pulled over for a broken taillight. What should have been a minor infraction escalated quickly. Voices were raised, accusations flew. Then, it happened. The situation spun out of control. The cell phone footage, grainy and incomplete, showed Chief Thompson arriving on the scene, confronting the driver. A struggle, a shout. The driver was arrested, charged with resisting arrest and disorderly conduct. But the video raised more questions than answers. Whispers and outrage, the city reacts. The video went viral, opinions raged online. Was it a justified use of force, or a blatant example of racial profiling? Protests erupted outside the police station demanding answers. The community, already grappling with a history of strained police relations, was deeply divided. Fear, anger, and mistrust filled the air. The incident became a flashpoint, igniting long-simmering tensions about race, power, and justice in the city. The community, once a place of relative peace, was now a tinderbox waiting for a spark. A chief dismissed, I was wrongfully terminated. The story of Chief Thompson is one that has sent shockwaves through the community. Chief Thompson, once a symbol of law and order, now found himself on the defensive. He had been a pillar of strength, a figure many looked up to. In a hastily arranged press conference, he appeared shaken, his voice trembling as he read from a prepared statement. The room was filled with reporters, their cameras flashing, capturing every moment of his distress. He denied any wrongdoing, claiming he acted lawfully and within the department's guidelines. His words were measured, but the tension in the room was palpable. He spoke of his years of service, his commitment to the community, his unwavering dedication to upholding the law. He recounted the countless nights he spent ensuring the safety of the citizens, the sacrifices he made. Yet outside the press conference, the community was divided. Some believed in his innocence, while others felt betrayed. He vowed to clear his name, to fight the allegations against him. He promised to bring forth evidence that would exonerate him, to restore his tarnished reputation. Legal documents and evidence were mentioned, but specifics were scarce. The uncertainty only fueled the controversy, but his words rang hollow to many. The damage was done, the trust was broken. The community, once united under his leadership, now found itself grappling with doubt and suspicion. Protests erupted, with signs demanding justice and transparency. The once peaceful streets were now filled with voices of dissent. Chief Thompson, in quieter moments, reflected on his journey. He wondered how things had spiraled so quickly, how a lifetime of service could be overshadowed by a single controversy. The road to rebuilding trust would be long and arduous. For Chief Thompson, it was a battle not just for his career but for his very identity. Section 5. Broken badge, broken trust, the department in pieces. The impact on the police department was immediate and severe. Morale plummeted, officers felt betrayed by their leader, uncertain of their own futures. The incident cast a long shadow, threatening to erode the already fragile relationship between law enforcement and the community they swore to protect. The city council called for an independent investigation demanding transparency and accountability. The FBI launched a separate inquiry, raising the stakes even higher. The once proud police department, now under intense scrutiny, faced an uncertain future. Section 6. Picking up the pieces, a community seeks healing. In the aftermath of the incident, the community grappled with a mix of emotions: anger, sadness, confusion, and a deep sense of betrayal. Community leaders, activists, and residents came together, seeking ways to heal the wounds and rebuild trust. Town hall meetings were held, providing a platform for dialogue and understanding. Community policing initiatives, long neglected, were revitalized, emphasizing communication and collaboration between law enforcement and the people they served. The road to healing would be long and difficult, but the community was determined to find a way forward. Section 7. The investigation begins, uncovering the truth. The investigation into the incident was thorough and exhaustive. Investigators interviewed witnesses, reviewed hours of body camera footage, and analyzed forensic evidence. Every detail was scrutinized, every action questioned. The investigation revealed a complex and troubling story. It uncovered systemic issues within the police department, inadequate training, a culture of silence, and a lack of accountability. The investigation also raised serious concerns about Chief Thompson's conduct, suggesting a pattern of excessive force and abuse of power. Section 8. Awaiting justice, the community holds its breath. As the investigation progressed, the community waited anxiously for answers. The driver involved in the traffic stop became a symbol of the fight for justice and equality. His image, once confined to the grainy cell phone footage, was now plastered on protest signs and murals across the city. The weight of the moment was palpable. The city held its breath, bracing for the verdict, hoping for a just resolution, fearing the consequences if justice was not served. Section 9. The road ahead. Rebuilding trust, brick by brick. This phrase isn't just a metaphor. It's a tangible process that involves every member of the community and the police force working together. Each brick laid represents a step towards a more unified and understanding relationship. The road to rebuilding trust between the police department and the community would be long and arduous. It is a journey that requires patience, dedication, and a willingness to confront difficult truths. The police chief emphasized that this process would not happen overnight, but with consistent effort, change is possible. It would require a fundamental shift in culture, a commitment to transparency and accountability, and a genuine desire to listen and learn from past mistakes. Officers began to engage more openly with community members, attending local events, and holding regular town hall meetings to hear concerns and suggestions directly from the people they serve. The city council, recognizing the urgency of the situation, implemented a series of reforms aimed at addressing the issues identified in the investigation. These reforms were not just about policy changes, but also about fostering a new mindset within the police force and the community. These reforms included mandatory body cameras for all officers, enhanced de-escalation training, and regular workshops on cultural sensitivity and bias reduction. The goal was to ensure that officers were better equipped to handle situations calmly and fairly, and the creation of a civilian oversight board to provide independent review of police conduct. This board, composed of community leaders and legal experts, was tasked with holding the police accountable and ensuring that any misconduct was addressed promptly and transparently. The hope was that these measures would lay a strong foundation for rebuilding trust, brick by brick, and pave the way for a more harmonious future. Section 10. A call for change, turning crisis into opportunity. The controversial incident, though deeply painful, presented an opportunity for the city to confront its demons and emerge stronger. It sparked a long overdue conversation about race, policing, and the need for systemic change. The incident served as a wake-up call, a stark reminder that the pursuit of justice requires constant vigilance and a willingness to challenge the status quo. It ignited a movement, a collective determination to create a more just and equitable society for all. Section 11. A legacy tarnished, the incident's enduring impact. The controversial incident left an enduring mark on the city, forever changing the relationship between law enforcement and the community. Chief Thompson's legacy, once one of distinction, was now tarnished, his name synonymous with abuse of power and injustice. The incident served as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragility of trust and the importance of accountability. It forced the city to confront its past, to acknowledge its shortcomings, and to strive for a better future, one built on a foundation of justice, equality, and mutual respect.